Well, a very good evening and welcome along to Kingsholm. Welcome along to the Stowford Press Bar for the return of the Gallagher Premiership. The Cherry and Whites in action once more in just under 45 minutes time with a big test here at Kingsholm against Saracens. We are in the Stowford Press Bar. As I mentioned, we are, of course, live across Facebook and YouTube for BiGDUG and Gloucester Rugby as well. And just to prove to you, as always, that we have a studio audience, let's hear it from our studio audience, everybody. I think we can do one better than that. Who is hoping for a Cherry and Whites win, everybody? That's much better. That's good. We'll work on that for the next half an hour or so. Alongside me once more is Mark Atkinson, of course, Gloucester Rugby Centre. Mark, you came back for more.
Yeah, I did. It's amazing to see all these people who've bought a ticket to the big home show and they get a free game with it, don't they? So that's fantastic to see people turning up tonight. We didn't get as many last time, but it's something to do with the idea that it's Louis Rees-Zammit rather than Fraser Balmain on the couch, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, it's going to be good tonight.
It does make a difference, and let's face it, this is why you play the game. Nights like this, Kingsholm, under the lights, a huge test, but nonetheless exciting. 45 minutes away.
Yeah, no, it's a nice reminder that I'm not out there playing. Thanks for that.
You're welcome, mate.
Cheers. No, it is. These are the sort of the nights that that we all think back to massive games against Sarries over the years. It's actually been a really positive result for us over the year. It's been largely, we've had some good victories against them. Thinking back to the long-range James Hook kick about 7 or 8 years ago, I'm sure a lot of fans still think about. That's one that sticks out for me. And big Ben Morgan scored up against the post from 3 centimetres out to get us a victory a couple of years ago. But yeah, it's been a good victory, a good game for us over the last few years.
So Mark with us this evening for the next half an hour or so. We're going to hear from Louis Rees-Zammit. We'll also hear from attacks coach Tim Taylor as well. But also joining us on the sofa this evening, a man that made 90 appearances for Gloucester, 10 tries across those 90 appearances, someone that we love so much here in the West Country. Please give a huge welcome for the first time on the Big Home Show to Ed Slater, everybody. Okay. Ed, that was louder than it was for Jamal Ford-Robinson, let me tell you.
Nothing better than a sympathy cheer, is there? Let's be honest.
Well, hang on. Let's talk about you, because how are you? First things first, everyone here will want to know. And also, what a couple of weeks it's been for you. We'll mention briefly, okay, the Ed Slater Cup. We won't mention the result, but we'll mention the occasion. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. All things considered. I'm really interested to see how the dynamic between you two works tonight. Because I know Mark loves the attention. So I don't know who's going to be the presenter by the end of the show. But
it's me against the rugby player.
Well, what'd you say, sorry?
We know exactly who it will be, let's face it.
Robbie, can you stop talking over me? Sorry.
But no, yeah, look, I'm doing good. The Slater Cup game was a good day, I'll be honest. I had to play the straight bat to the media, but I obviously wanted Gloucester to win. And unfortunately, we didn't get anywhere near winning. So that was a disappointing part of it.
Fine, we'll end the result there of the Ed Slater Cup. Just quickly, just a serious one to you. We've seen loads of support, of course, for the 4A campaign. I've seen My Name's Doddy, scarves and snoods and whatnot around. Just explain how much it means when you see all the support around.
Well, it means a huge amount because as I've mentioned before, there's a lot of work that needs to be done with this disease. So the more awareness, the better. And hopefully, as I've said, I can add to that. But it's going to take a lot of work, I think, to get this to where we need it to be at.
Well, we all love you so much, Ed, and we all are all in so much awe of everything you're doing. So great to have you with us this evening on the Big Home Show. Let's get into the game then. And before we go forward and look at Saracens this evening, gents, I'd like to look back at a big game last week, London Irish. Not nice conditions. They're not much better this evening. A little drier, hopefully, here at Kingsholm. But Mark, just explain to us what that win psychologically will have done, what that kick from Santiago Carreras will have done for this week.
Yeah, I think a lot for the squad based on the last few actual results. I think that's what we needed. It was more a case of getting the points. It was a poor game, wasn't it? Let's be honest. It was a really poor game, and I don't think anybody shied away from that. But we've come out on the wrong side of those games more often than not. So in order to just get the points, I mean, there's a bloke there who's not only got a big set of balls, but he's also making a name for himself in the West Country. He's becoming a fan's favourite. Like Ed said, 90 games. We've both played a long time for the club. A lot of people in the shed don't know our names, but he's got his own chant already, hasn't he? Which is amazing. Honestly, there's not many people who deserve it.
Can you sing
more. I can. I'll have a Stowford, and that'll go straight to my head. But he's he is something special. He's like a real talent, isn't he? You don't see it very often. I know there's a bloke coming on shortly who'll probably disagree that we've not got many massively talent. Like, he's a massive talent, isn't he, Ed?
Benny Meehan. He did. I mean, he kicked the hell out of the ball. He was fantastic. Yeah, massive talent. Been here for a little bit, Mark. So, I mean, it's a hell of an intro.
I mean, and that kick, let's talk about that kick under that kind of pressure. It was a sellout crowd. It was New Year's Eve. What would have been going through your brain? Try and keep it friendly. What would have been going through your brain with that kick?
You'd have taken it on, wouldn't you? You'd have had it.
I'd have fancied it.
Yeah.
I don't think the same result would have happened. But what been going through my head with it?
When you were standing about to take that kick in the last minute to win the game, just explain the emotions, explain what it's like.
Honestly, he better bloody get it over. Because we could have kicked to the corner and done them all, but we've chosen to kick for post. So if he doesn't kick it over, I'll be really annoyed.
Lutz spoke to me earlier in the week. I said, I saw you speaking to Santi before, and I think in his best Gloucester Spanish, Lutz said, just split the posts if that's possible. Just kick the points, Santi. That's it. Kick the points. But he went and milked it for a while, Lutz, didn't he? He sort of did the captain bit. He did the Jono bit.
Well, let's have a look at it. Let's get it up on the screen.
Yeah,
now.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll judge him as well for it.
It was something else, and the rain was teeming down as well. It was windy. Also, you were here, Mark.
This is the whole highlight reel for the game, isn't it?
Yeah. This is it. About 12 seconds. We should have had the big home show before it last week, really, shouldn't we? Or after it to provide some more entertainment.
Here he is. Look at him. The bloke only started playing rugby last autumn, didn't he? We didn't know he could play fly off, and then he goes and does things like this.
Oh. Hey! Well, hopefully, look at that. Hopefully, we'll see a bit more of that. He's getting a proper kiss.
A few relief boys in there, isn't there?
Okay, that's not PG. We'll get that off. There's parts of that that are definitely not PG.
Big Albert, I think, in there kissing him after that penalty, isn't he? Yeah.
No, he's off the pitch.
Don't tell Albert. Don't tell Albert I said that. Cut that.
Another yellow card.
Yeah, don't say I said that.
Right, enough on last week, because let's face it, it was a terrible game. Let's look ahead to this evening and a huge game, Ed. Saracens, they don't come much bigger than this.
No, they don't. But Mark's right. We've had some good results against them over the last few years. What's interesting about them is they've completely changed the way they play the game. And before that, we went down there and beat them by, again, kicking the hell out of the ball. I'm not so sure that's going to win us the game today. So I'll be really interested to see, how we adapt over the course of 8 minutes as to whether, that's going to work for us or not.
And for you, Mark, this is a Saracen side who have scored more points than anyone this season, but they're playing against the Gloucester side who have made more turnovers than any side this season.
They've really adapted how they play, though, haven't they? They've changed in recent years. They tried to expand their game, but I wouldn't be surprised tonight if we see Sarries go right back to type. Go back to, I think they will go back to playing what's won them game after game after game and trophy after trophy. Even though I've actually enjoyed seeing the development of their game in early in the season, I can't see that tonight. I think it's similar conditions to what Irish, but I think Ed's right. I think we talked about it in the week, and I think we need to still be brave with the ball, don't we? We still need to be brave ourselves. You can't sometimes outkick Sarries because they are the masters of it. So we'll have to find a different way to beat them.
Okay, now you can see here that we're not particularly great in terms of the tan on the 3 seats of the sofa this evening, so we need to try and improve that. So to do it, let's get winger Lewis Rees-Zammit onto the sofa and onto the big home show. Woo! Woo! Lewis, have a seat.
Hi, Lewis.
Nice to see you. How are you? There's a sofa press crate there if you would like.
Are you allowed to wear Calvin Klein now?
Lewis, we're in the new club sponsor, I see, which is good too.
Yeah, that's excellent stuff. Lewis, first things first, everyone here would like to know how you are. Give us a little update on the ankle injury.
So I managed to snap a ligament in my ankle, obviously Christmas Eve, but hopefully 4 to 6 weeks I'll be back playing. I'm running out at Kingsholm again.
And does it make it frustrating this evenings like this? Are you what kind of a watcher are you?
I'm a nervous watcher, but I have faith in the boys that they can go out and do a job.
And this Saracen side, Ed, let's come on to you and talk about them a little bit. In terms of they're a star-studded lineup. You look down their lineup and there's big names, there's internationals there. From a playing perspective, when you're leading up to a week like this and you know you're coming up against those big names, is it easy as a professional to drown out that noise?
It depends what kind of noise you're alluding to, but it's definitely easier to get yourself up against the bigger teams and test yourself against the best players, without a doubt. And I'd argue that's probably where we've benefited from over the last years when we've beaten us, that we have been able to get up to that level. I don't know. Is my mic?
I think your mic's having a few issues,
It's
so maybe
not
maybe
like
Lewis
in
and
life.
Ed, you can share. Would you share a mic?
I'm back.
Sorted you out.
Sorry, I'm back on.
If needs be, you can share.
So yeah, look, they are easier. I'll be honest. You know, we've sometimes struggled in the so-called lesser games, I'd say, in crunch moments over the last couple of years. So I expect tonight will be the same. Friday night at Kingsholm is always extremely special for the players and the supporters.
And Lewis, I presume you've been in and around the camp still this week, even with the injury. What are the kind of conversations been?
Boys are up for it. You know, it wasn't a great outing at Leicester, but last week we managed to get the win. It wasn't pretty, but got the job done, and really looking forward to this week. I think the boys are up for it, and yeah, hopefully we can put a performance that everyone's proud of.
Zam, so a night like tonight, me and Ed probably can't get into the mindset of you, but you be going out there, it's obviously awful conditions, and you're a man who likes to get your hands on the ball. What goes through your head as a top draw winger, thinking like, right, I need to impact the game, but like the game's not going to come to me maybe. So what, are you waiting for an opportunity? Are you looking for an opportunity? What's coming?
I'd say long phases is probably where I'm trying to get my hands on the ball. So when a defence is tired and I can try and use my footwork, or I can just try and get my hands on the ball and kind of do what I do. But, you know, a night like this, it's probably going to be a lot of kicking, and, well, fingers crossed it's not going to be a lot of kicking, but I think it will be. So you just got to focus on the aerial game, really.
You're on kick chase, yeah.
Yeah, the boring stuff.
This is deeply unfair, by the way, that I'm sitting next to him, isn't it? The contrast.
It's not.
The two of us
I can see
next
on
to
the
each
picture. It's
other.
not great for you, if I'm being
No,
honest. No,
it's not.
Not amazing.
Are you joking? I'm here with 3 professional rugby players. Do you have any idea how small I feel? This is horrendous. This would not go on any Hinge profile, let me tell you. Anyway, let's. I want to talk.
I'll tell you what. You should put it on all 4 of us. Just don't put your name on.
Yeah.
And then you'll do a lot better. Trust me.
Yeah, maybe do you reckon?
Yeah.
Just take a photo.
Absolutely.
Shout, isn't it? That's a good shout. I do some stuff at Gloucester Rugby. Don't have to say that I play. Yeah, exactly. That does. Ed, let's talk to you about those 5 changes that George Skivington's made this evening. Val Rapava-Ruskin, one of them, coming back into the side. Just how important is it to have someone like him who's been such a sort of a stalwart of this side across the season?
Well, I think he's a form loose head in the Premiership, which tells you just how important he is for us. Obviously, set piece is something that's extremely important to us, and we struggled a little bit last week to convert any points from them all. And having big, robust bodies like Val is extremely important, but you can't really get your arms around because he's so wide. And someone very ugly to look at as well often helps in that scenario. So he's extremely important. It's really great to see how well he's doing.
He's a man. I don't know if anybody saw the BT Sport pre-game interview with Val, but he took himself very seriously on it. I don't know if you saw it, but he got married earlier in the week. He went to Georgia to get married, didn't he? And he's obviously.
Should we have a quick cheer for that?
For Val, yeah, he can't hear us. He can't hear us, and he wouldn't care. But
No,
he's
worth doing.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice to do. That's what we do for normal people. But he is a bit of a freak, isn't he? Sam? Like there's not many people in the game like him, and I think we're probably seeing the best that we've ever seen from Val at the moment, aren't we?
And do you notice that in terms of in the changing room, when there's a player in form, are they different around the changing room? Are they different to be around? Is he cocky when he's in good form?
Sam said he said to me he's never been out of form, so he wouldn't know what that question meant. That's what he said he was going to say.
Well then tell us what kind of human is he? If you had to give us 3 words to describe Val Rapava-Ruskin, what 3 words are you giving me? Go on, this will be good for our TikTok content.
One each, is it?
One.
I'd say serious.
Serious.
I'd say competitive. Maybe he doesn't act it, but when he's on the pitch, he's definitely competitive. Help me out.
Oddball.
Yeah.
Oddball. Okay, we'll go with that.
We're being too nice.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Lovable oddball. He's our oddball, isn't he? Yeah, he's
Ed's mic's just gone. Don't worry. We'll get it sorted.
Yeah, he's an oddball, but he's definitely our oddball. We don't want anybody else to. Nobody else can say about him, but we can.
A valuable oddball. Right, listen, here we're at Kingsholm in the Stoker Press Bar for the Big Home Show. We're going to continue our build-up to Saracens taking on Gloucester, which kicks off in around about half an hour's time or so. And let's continue our preview by hearing from attacks coach Tim Taylor. I caught up with him a couple of hours ago. Nice. There is sound on the screen.
Brilliant.
Everyone can just talk amongst themselves.
Just a shame, man.
We'll
We'll get speakers for next time. Yeah. One show at a time.
Yeah, you get like around your reindeer. You don't have to wear it all the time. No.
I should, like, when I got an event or something, they'll suit me.
And that's it. Otherwise, you can do whatever you want.
Say attendance crucial for a big game, but how important really will it be this evening?
Yeah, I think this will be a huge test for him. Obviously, he's performed brilliantly for Argentina playing for. We've seen him come back, and his running game has been outstanding. I think, and his kicking game has been outstanding. I think also like the comms out there will be tough for him. You know, there's something different. Friday night games here, it's loud, it's busy on the pitch. The rain sort of adds to that. Strangely, the rain does add to communication somehow. People start to sort of go quiet, and I think that'll be a massive a massive opportunity for Santi tonight. But I just enjoy watching him play every week. He takes teams on, and he's brave with the ball in hand. He wants to attack teams, and
I think
you're gonna have to share mics again. Yeah, so just drop it on the floor.
Just drop it on the floor. It'll probably work now. The thing about him,
it might be Ed.
Ed. What?
It's not the content.
Have another one. Have another
Content's
go.
brilliant that he's saying, honestly.
We got subtitles for Ed Slater.
hello. Oh,
There we go. That's nice.
Unsurprising, Mike.
Looks natural as well. It's a really good natural polished TV setup.
There we go.
That.
Yeah. Also, it helps with the lean over. But I think the most impressive thing about Santi is he never gets flustered. He is the coolest character on the pitch. And he obviously has the talent to back that up. He's a very good rugby player. But he's kind of a full package because he's tough as well. He is extremely tough. I don't want to make it a forwards and backs thing, but you know he's up there with the forwards, I think, in terms of hardness, which I wouldn't say about many people around me. And probably that's what I admire most about him is how hard he is. So to have a 10 that's extremely tough, as well as very good rugby player and a cool character. I think his performance has shown all of those combination of things.
Lewis, we will try one of those microphones with you and hope, or you can try that one, have a good lean over. Good thing you haven't got a back issue. Let's just talk about playing with him at 10 instead of playing him in the back. You've played with him, of course, in the backfield, but now at 10, what's he like as a winger to play under? Is there a lot of communication? Is he quieter than some 10s you played under? How is it?
No, it's great playing with him. He loves playing with the ball. He's brave, as Aki said. So that's great for us back three players that kind of want to get the ball as much as we can. Similar to Haystow, he kind of likes playing as well, but at Gloucester, they want to watch enjoyable rugby, and Santi's definitely the man to play that.
And do you expect him, Mark, to bring out a box of tricks this evening? Do you expect him to be pragmatic? How do you expect him to go about it?
I don't think it's part of his game to be pragmatic. I think he's just one of those people that makes good decisions at the right time. Whether it's on to run from their own 22 in the first few minutes, I think if Santi sees something, he's brave, like I said, brave enough to take it on. And I think that's key against Saracens. I don't think you can miss. You won't get many opportunities to score, so you need to take opportunities where they come after 5 minutes. People often say, "Oh, wait for the second half when you'll go and get them." But if the opportunity's there to take after 5 minutes, we've got to go and be brave, I think.
I want to talk, Ed, to you about George McGuigan. His first start in Cherry and White's colours this evening at hooker. He's up against Jamie George. How exciting is it that he's going to get his first start? And what have you made of him in his early few games here at Kingsholm?
Well, I played with George at Leicester, so I know him fairly well. It's turned out to be a very good signing, isn't it? With the news of Santi Cecchino and obviously Jack Singleton's injured. So to be able to then bring in a player of the calibre of George is fantastic. I mean, hooker, they probably don't get the credit they deserve in terms of how important they are in the team. The scrum, essential. Obviously, line out wouldn't function without them. But his work around the park will be the most impressive. And if he can add to Ruan Ackerman's carrying, to Ben Morgan's carrying, it's an element of our game that will be massive, particularly in Saracens 22.
Okay, Mark, I want to bring some ones to watch on the screen now, because we know that Saracens are a threat. We know that they have plenty of stars in their lineup and in their armoury. Who do you want to talk about?
I don't want to talk about the one in the middle. We'll talk about anyone but no. This is them in a nutshell, isn't it? They can sort of do it all. You got the power of Ben Earl. Anything gets scrappy and loose, he's got that ability to sort of beat people, hand people off, run through them, run round them. And he's also got a horrible knack of scoring tries, which I'd also say about Max Malins as well. People don't take it. It is a skill. Ed's got 10 in 90 games for the club, so it is a skill that that people just have. I mean, this was a game where we dominated really, really dominated Saracens. Yes, they didn't have their first team out, but this was a dominant performance, and he still found a way through at the end. And that's the type of thing he does. They make breaks for fun. This is a top draw side. This is not far away from the team that was winning trophies a while ago. And people have got a point for it. There's going to talk about some of our players as well. You said about George McGuigan earlier, but Max Malins. These have all got points to prove with England as well. It's a massive game, and people have got international points to prove tonight. I
was going to mention that, and we don't want to big up Saracens too much, because we don't want to send you all home thinking that Gloucester don't have a chance. Because they're definitely too. But one of the things that, Ed, I'll just come on to you. One of the things that really blew me away last week when they sort of blew away Exeter was their ability to turn a defence into attack just in a split second. How impressed have you been with them this season?
Yeah, really impressed. As I say, it feels like they changed their game. But that's also, that the link players, Ben Earl was on the screen. It's not fair, really, the kind of talent he has in terms of.
Let's try the Wendy Wade.
Look, there's Ben Earl scoring. I was just talking about him, Mark. So it's not about you, please. We talked about this at the beginning of the show. Please, I know. Do you want the microphone back? No. Okay.
It's all right. It's going left to Lewis in a second, anyway.
That guy in the middle, tough Northerner. We've got a Northerner next to us. Not sure about the tough side, but no, Ben Earl, that link player. But what's also good, he's top of the turnover charts, I believe, individually. So he also brings that element to the game. But I think he's kind of crucial link in that back line and the forwards, because he creates tries and he scores tries as well. And to have a forward that does that is worth a lot of points in the league.
And Lewis, I want to talk slightly more generally. We're in the weeks now that, of course, are building up to the Six Nations. Explain to us what they are like building up when you know that squads are going to be announced in the next few weeks and whatnot. Is it something you let yourself think about, or is it something that the players this evening you try and block out as much as you can?
I don't think this early before the Six Nations, but I don't think I would be looking to it.
Is it easy to stop yourself though?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you got something on your mind, you're going to take your mind off what you do best. And, I mean, hopefully none of our boys or hopefully their boys are thinking about it, not our boys. But yeah, I think, just stick to our game plan and, back it all the way, really.
And Mark, for you, of course, some of the players will have had chats. We know there's been various bits and bobs with England going on this week, some of which have been at the University of Gloucester as well. Those players that are on the periphery for you, how important are these games, especially given that there's a New England coach that they've got to try and impress?
Yeah, I think every game at the moment, Steve obviously knows the league inside out, sort of in a different way to the way Eddie will have done it. Steve obviously has coached now for a couple of years, but I think there's people like Ed said about someone like George McGuigan fancies his chances of taking the top spot. So him up against Jamie George tonight, there's got to be an extra bite to that. He knows Jamie George owns that shirt at the moment, and for George to sort of get push on and get into that squad, there's a number of battles across the board. But someone like a Ben Earl that Ed was alluded to, he has been on the peripheral for a long time, and a lot of people have said he deserves a chance. And there's nights like tonight where you sort of put your hand up and say this maybe wasn't Ben Earl's sort of game necessarily, not open flowing, but he's still and that's I don't want to see it from Ben Earl, just to confirm. I don't want to see it at all, but that's the type of thing that you have to do, I think.
I want to go into the dressing room now. We're not far away from kickoff. What is it, 20 minutes or so? Who's in control of the dressing room at this time? Maybe Lewis, we can come to you on this one. Is there music going at this time? And if so, I would like to know who is in charge.
Definitely won't be music.
No music?
No. Yeah, 20 minutes before kickoff, I think they're all warming up now. No, we don't have music in changing room. We're not quite allowed, but
okay.
Would you like to?
Oh, I'd love to.
You'd like it, yeah.
We have to all wear headphones, because it might distract some players. Some players don't like music, some players do, and you know what? We want everyone to be prepared the best they can to perform, really.
All right, no music, that's fine. Well, I was hoping for something a bit better, if I'm honest with you, but that's fine. We'll go with that. No music is fine. Right, as I mentioned, just over 15 minutes away from kickoff here at Kingsholm, live from the Stofer Press Bar. We will continue our build-up very shortly, and we're going to get creative.
When the pavements are narrowed and drinks are shared.
When the iron gates are open and the meetings are made.
When you know where your friends are and your place is amongst them.
When the whistle blows and the swell of the sound tells you it's now.
The cherry becomes the colour right of fame.
When white means anything but surrender. When the call of the county inspires everything you've got.
When two teams become one club.
When the shake of the shed is the best feeling as you come.
It's too late. You've seen your blood.
So welcome back to the Big Home Show. We are live from the Stofer Press Clubhouse. We are 15 minutes or so away from a huge Gallagher Premiership clash between the Cherry and Whites and Saracens taking place at 7:45 this evening. We are live from the Stofer Press Bar and we are feeling good ahead of kickoff, everybody. Good stuff. Joined by Lewis Rees-Zammit, as you can see, Ed Slater, Mark Atkinson still with us as well, and two big fans here with us this evening as well. So who have we got on the sofa?
Emma.
Emma, nice to meet you. And
Fraser.
And Fraser. Well, welcome along. Just quickly, let's have a score prediction from you, Emma.
Gloucester 28, Saracens 26.
Okay, good. Would have been awkward if you'd said that it was going to be a Sarries win.
All right, I'd say 21-20. 21-19 to Gloucester.
21-19. Okay, excellent stuff. Well, you've had your say on the game this evening. We have a game to play here in the Stowford Press Clubhouse, and that is a game of draw Lewis Rees-Zammit on a rugby ball. Okay, so you're going to have 60 seconds, guys, to try and draw Lewis's face on a rugby ball, and Mark will commentate and judge the winner. Okay, so 60 seconds on the clock. Let's have a lot of encouragement from the Cherry and Whites faithful. In 3, 2, 1, get drawing, everybody.
Do you want, if you want any advice, yeah, start with the hair. Look at him. Have a quick look. Don't look at him in the eyes, though. He's beautiful, isn't he? Don't look at him. Don't look directly in the eyes. You'll freeze. Zam, anything in particular that you want them to focus on other than the nose? Yeah,
just needs to be nice. Just needs to be nice. Fine.
He's just said, can I get an orange pen? That's not nice, is it? After you're saying be nice, anything else? We made a good start. Wow, we've got an actual artist over here. You might as well give up now, pal.
It's a good start,
honestly. Honestly, you just give up. You're not winning. But carry on for the fun of it. Hey, we're having a good time, aren't we? Here for a good time, not a long time. Clearly. What are you focusing on there? Looks quite effeminate there. I don't think you've quite got... Do you want to improve the nose size there at all? It's just you've been very generous. You've been very generous with that at the moment.
Yeah, Emma's drawn Anne from accounts, I think.
She's drawn Sam post-op, hasn't she?
All right, let's speed this up. We've got 10 seconds remaining. 9.
This is
8.
Generic.
7. 6. 5.
Generic
4.
with hair.
3. 2. 1. Stop what you're doing. Wow. Okay.
It's incredible.
All right, let's show your Lewis Rees-Zammits to the crowd, please. Everybody, show them to the camera. Let's have a little look at those. Mark, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think we probably have to go to Zam as well. Obviously, this man's never done art in his life, and this is too talented to be at Kingsholm on a Friday night. But Zam, what are your thoughts?
Zam, come over this way. Take a microphone. Let's get your thoughts on this.
I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Not quite sure where my eyes are there, but no, I'm happy with that.
Would you reveal to us a winner as to which one would go on your mantelpiece?
I would happily take both on my mantelpiece.
Okay, but there has to be a winner. This is competitive. Come on, we can't do this.
There's 2 winners.
There's 2 winners. You're not going to pick one. Mark, pick a winner.
Well, the fact that she's drawn Zam and he's drawn Kieran Knight there, so that's I think we're gonna.
Okay, we're saying Emma's the winner. All right, Emma's the winner. Give it up for Emma, everyone. Right, off you go, you two. Sorry, we're done with you. Get lost. Come on to the game for us to preview. Congratulations. Oh, there you go. You've won yourself a hat. That's good stuff. Are you going to keep the match ball or are you going to give it to Lewis? It's for Lewis.
Sam will sign him.
Excellent. There's a signing session going on here in the Stowford Press Clubhouse. Good stuff. Right, that is us just about ready to depart. Just under 15 minutes away from kickoff. Good stuff, team. Really, really good. Lewis is doing some signings. Just quickly, let's get some score predictions in for both the score and also the Stowford Press Man of the Match as well. Mark, we will start with you.
I'm going to go 15-9 to Gloucester.
15-9 to Gloucester.
Yeah. I think Big Ben Morgan will bundle over at some point. Yeah, Big Ben Morgan will bundle over. I'll pass on to Ed, who was also going to say that about Blob.
Yeah.
Score prediction, I'm going to go for 22-12. I mean, not that I've thought about that. But Ben Morgan for man of the match, I think he'll turn up tonight.
Let's hope so.
It's his sort of night.
Lewis?
He'll go missing for 2 weeks and then he'll come back.
Fine.
I'm going to go for a 9-6 Gloucester, and I'm going to go Santi man of the match.
Excellent stuff. Let's hope for it. Just quickly, your score predictions, Stowford Press Clubhouse. Let's here's some score predictions. Shout them out. Just Gloucester. Your score prediction is Gloucester. 18-5. 31-25. A high-scoring game in rainy conditions. Wrong. I heard something over there. That's not going to be the score. Absolutely no chance. Right. Let's wrap it up. Thank you so much to our guests. Thanks to Lewis Rees-Zammit, everyone. Thank you to the wonderful Mark Atkinson, everybody. And thank you to Ed Slater, everyone. And thank you so much to you for watching as well, and to everyone in the Stowford Press Clubhouse that's come out this evening, just under 15 minutes away from kickoff. Of course, you can keep up to date with the score if you're watching online on Gloucester Rugby's social media channels. We'll be back very, very soon, but enjoy the game, and we'll speak soon. See you later, everybody. Up the Cherry and Whites.
it's now.
And cherry becomes a colour, not a thing.
When white means anything but surrender. When the call of the county inspires everything you've got.
When two teams become one club.
When the shake of the shed is the best feeling ever.
When you know you're home.
It's too late. It's in your blood.
I got a lot of shine.